on to Sanity Lost, the podcast that is here about games. I did have something in my mind, but then it left. That's right, just like season 1. Knight would remember this. Elizabeth would yell at me all the time because I would think of an intro, and in the time of counting down, syncing, and starting, would instantly forget it.
I mean, we all do that sometimes.
Yep. So, I don't know. There was something that I had, but now it's like completely gone. So now I'm trying to think of something like different right off the top of my head. Like, I don't know. Oh, here's something fun. Like, not the whole situation. I sent it tonight. So in season 1, there was a location in Pennsylvania that one of the chapters took place in Jim Thorpe. And I kept getting like posts on TikTok about Jim Thorpe, the city. And then today what post up is like, yeah, the whole forest is on fire or something like that. And I sent it tonight, probably in poor taste, but I was like, this wasn't me.
That's where my first thought was, hey, that looks like a fire loon.
Fact check, it was him.
I was like, no, Sanity Lost did not... To be fair, we had Centralia catch on fire, which they did all on their own. But,
Also something that happened. Also something that happened in reality, but not by us.
Yeah. Yeah. Not yet.
As far as anyone knows.
That would require time travel. I don't know. I think that's fun, like, for these schemes.
If they're politics, then you know it's the fun stuff with that.
If it's what?
If you want to play politics, there's some fun stuff around time travel lately.
Oh, God.
Well, you know, between episodes.
Yep. I don't know what you're talking about, but I have a feeling I'll know. And if I do, by the next episode, we're going to start off talking about time travel. Like, what's your favorite time travel fart? Don't tell me now. Think about it. Let it brew.
Ooh.
Love the old reverse fart.
Man. And then now I'm just remembering Neil deGrasse Tyson nerding out on a TV show. I know, shocker. About like time travel with and somebody was like, "Can we time travel?" And he's like, we're always time traveling." And the host was like, "This is literally not what I was asking for." Like,
We're all steadily traveling forward at 1 second per second, doing our current reference frame.
yeah. All I heard was...
I can play the same type of...
all I heard was, nerd. I like cheese.
Not wrong.
Actually, that was my internal, the last one. What that was me. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about houses?
Houses?
Be nice to own one.
Yeah. Agreed.
Anyone?
They can be nice. They keep the rain off the head. As long as you're inside.
I was debating buying one, then I noticed there was a floor in the kitchen, a hole in the floor of the kitchen.
I was about to say, you do want a floor in your kitchen. You
This
would
kitchen
like
is-
Yeah,
floors
sorry,
in
it had a
your
lack
kitchen.
of a floor in a kitchen. They labeled it as fixer-upper, and I'm like, yeah, looks like the oven fell through the floor. That's pretty fixer-upper.
Yeah, I remember when I was looking a little while ago, there was like a house that was for sale, and it's just like the outside. I was like, that looks pretty neat. Why is this affordable? And then I clicked inside and was like, oh, because the house had heartburn and did not have like anything to cool that down.
Jesus.
But to be fair, a lot of open space to do whatever you want.
This is what we call an open floor plan.
It was called a nothing plan.
Yeah, open floor. It's very open.
Who needs a roof, right?
Yeah, and then I remember I was looking up like just because I was curious, and then there was just like what condos or apartments would be like in different parts of the world. Not world, but like in different parts of the US. And then like I stumbled over to New York City, and there was this skyscraper that was just all like apartments going up and down, and I was just like, man, these are really fancy. Oh, I hope so, because rent is $1 million. And I'm like, what? Who is living here? Who's making that much money? Because I would like to be written into the will. But yeah. But you know what else about houses? You're next to one where the whole chunk of it is McSquishened. That's right. Let's click this.
Yep.
Oh, hey, that actually...
So this is worth $5 million. Here you go. Whole left side gone?
Yeah. Was worth $5 million.
Oh, did I say left? I meant the right. I honestly don't remember what side I said. Do you guys remember what I said in the last recording?
I thought you said the left.
I don't remember
The
for
right?
sure, but I don't know.
I think it was the left side. I think.
All right. I'm going to roll some... Here, Blackjack, since you are so confident. High or low?
Middle. I'm going to get it exactly. High.
All right. And then what did you say it was before I roll? Because if it's high, it will be whatever you said a couple seconds ago.
I said something?
You said it was, I think it was the left side or something.
Oh, yeah, I think it was the left side, yeah.
All right. If it's high, it's left. I realize they're both 10 die. I don't have, like, the ones. But even with them, they're both low. I rolled a 40 and a 30.
Unbelievable.
So it was either going to be a 43 or a 34.
Or you combine them together and it's a 70. It's high, baby. Let's go.
That's not how that works.
Let's go. Here's your winner.
Come on down. Yeah, so you guys pulled up to the Carnbuckle Manor just after having some, I guess, close bonding time. And you turn the corner and half of the house, pretty much, I say half, it was pretty much like a third of the house is just squished. The roof is on the ground, and you guys can kind of see like the sparks and fire kind of shooting out of the area as I opened up my notes to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. There we go. And as I believe it was Alex who stepped out, but you guys all would have heard this as the door opened up, as someone was like, just like screaming / sobbing, and they're just like, and you just hear it like echoing out of the house.
What do you do?
Well, Alex, hearing this, is gonna head towards the house and try to find this this person that's making these noises.
All right. How about the other two? You guys just stay in place?
No. Jack would go after Alex.
Benny is gonna practice safe distance, and we're saying like maybe about like 10 feet back, but following.
Okay. Yeah. Bring it up the rear. Mm-hmm. And just to let you guys know, like there's like sparks like from, I think I said this last time, where like sparks is shooting out as it seems that he had a generator somewhere on the premises, the sparks going up, and you can kind of see where it there are kind of just licks of flame kind of just kind of going on the outside. And as you guys enter, like the whole manor begins to creak and moan as if it's in pain, as like the flames kind of on. You can pretty much, as you walk in, you can turn to the right and just look out and just see the woods. And pretty much there's just this huge open area that leads to a staircase heading up to the second floor. But on the stairs, you see this rotund old man just sobbing, holding a figure in his hands. He's just like, no. There are kind of doors off to the, well, more on the left, not so much on the right. But as you guys look, like if you guys are looking at the right, it definitely looks like the kitchen / living room was at least on the first floor on the right. Now that it's been sheared. And you guys, as you come in, like this, you can tell this is Leonard Carnbuckle.
Okay.
Leonard, are you okay? Trying to get his attention.
One second, I forgot to open up my notes. There we go. Not notes, but the notes that everybody else has. Okay. Yeah. And like he's just sobbing. He doesn't even hear you guys come in. Are you walking up to him or?
Yeah, so Alex is going to be crossing the room, not like running to him at this point, but walking, making sure to stay aware of what's going on around him, but just kind of crossing, looking to see what might be causing him discomfort or trying to figure out what's going on with him.
Alright. So as you walk up, you see that he's holding, like in his hands, like this, the figure is a young woman that almost, it's not very clear if it's like a statue or a living person, just from a quick look. And as you step up, he's just like, just continues like, oh, why did this happen?
So just to be clear, this is like human size, not like a small figurine that he's holding in.
Yes, it is a human size. And by young, think 20s, 30s.
Okay.
Not like teenager.
Does Alex have any kind of recognition of this, who this figure might be?
No. This isn't somebody from town.
Yeah, okay.
Leonard, what happened? Can you tell us what happened?
And like he turns to you and you can see like the snot and like tears flowing. It's just like, she was so young. So young. And just starts like sobbing again, just like as he kind of like tries to pick up this figure, but it's like unnaturally stiff.
Oh, okay.
So I guess Alex will try to take a pulse from this figure and try to see if there's anything he can do to help this person.
Yeah, Jack's just looking around while this is happening. He believes Alex got this. He's the trained professional. Jack's just more making sure that the zone in the area is safe. Where they are.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
Benny is watching and intrigued, but also kind of nervous, biting fingernails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then pretty much the people who walk closer to Leonard, there's a door that's open to the left that's like kind of leading off to the staircase. There's like one that kind of leads into this kind of like tea/sunroom that's closer to the front, but there's another door that's kind of leading more towards, that's closer to the stairs, that you can see kind of like almost like a mini library and a desk in there that the door's left open. So Alex, as you go and begin to check for a pulse, like your fingers burn, but not like with heat, but with like when you touch something so cold that it's like it feels like it's burning. That's like it like burns your hand to touch this person's skin, but it's like ice, like almost like you put your hand in what's that, the dry ice, like you touch that, but there's no like fog coming off it. But it doesn't make sense why Leonard's able to hold. Well, yeah, like he's still holding on to her. But yeah, you do that. If you want, give me a medicine check, or if there's something else you want to do. If you want to, yeah, you can do first aid.
Alex is first aid tech, not a doctor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 45 under 75.
Ooh. Not bad.
Alright, so you, as you go and kind of inspect this, like nothing looks wrong with this person. They're pretty much wearing like a turtleneck, and like kind of almost like corduroy pants, and just like kind of look like they came out of the 90s, but but they're sitting, they're like unnaturally stiff, and as you kind of inspect this over, you realize that this person is encased in ice. Like a thin layer of ice, and I need you to do a sanity roll.
Oh, of course we do.
The first real sanity roll of the season.
Yeah.
That's a 25 under 45.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're... I don't know how you kind of push it. Like, probably with everything else, like, you push it away.
I mean, Alex has heard stories from his family that he's not entirely dismissed, so it's not, like, completely out of his mental picture to think that weird things like this could possibly happen. He just hasn't had any direct experience.
And there's a blizzard going on outside, you know? Weird things happen.
So, Alex is going to yell back to the others, like, hey, find a blanket, then back for this person. She's, like, ice cold, and I don't know what's going on here, but we need to get her warmed up somehow. And then back to Leonard. Come on, Leonard. We need to get you out of here. We need to get you up with everybody else at the school.
So, I was going to say, for the 3 rooms, you said there were 3 rooms, a tea room, a staircase, and then leading down to a library, and then what else?
No, the staircase leads up to the second floor. You can't really see anything up there right now, but there's a doorway on the right side that is leading into a library office area from a quick scan that is near the staircase.
What?
It's not up it.
Okay.
It's on the ground floor.
I was gonna say, if I look at Benny, it's like, okay, so we gotta find a blanket. You check that room, I'll go upstairs just to see if we can find anything. Is that okay, Benny?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Okay. So Jack's gonna head upstairs, see if he can find anything.
Right, Jax heads upstairs. Okay. And then, Benny, are you going into the study?
yes, I will go into the study.
Okay. We'll go with you first. Excuse me. So, you step into the study, and as you kind of look around, you see all these books just kind of all lining up. It's just this opulent library, and it's just filled with books. Like, as you're scanning through, you see some like on technology, some on like weather, some on science, even science fiction. Just like there's just a random collection of all these different books. And then as you get closer to this desk, it's this large wooden desk that has all these papers and notes written on it. There's maps, and then there's a couple of random pictures on there. But as you look over and you're kind of looking for blankets and stuff, you notice sitting on top is I forgot when the year was, 1993 Daily Planner, like one of those daily planner booklets that had like the whole year.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's sitting on there. There's also like an old school computer. Well, it would be modern day computer for there, but like here, let's do a quick search.
Gateway. I think is too late.
Commodore 64 sitting there.
I was gonna do the best PC in 1992. Typical PCs. Oh, this was the best PC of 1992 was typically the 486 DX2-66, which featured 8 megabytes of RAM and 1 megabyte of VLB graphics card, making it suitable for gaming and general use at the time.
I was gonna say, like, either you can throw me on like an IBM or Compaq.
We'll do Compaq.
Yeah, I wanna. Benny is like kind of in awe of like all the technology books and wants to look over the plans. But as he is perusing around, he sees the computer, so he kind of grabs the papers that he sees scattered about and then heads over to the Compaq.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you, like, are you like trying to see if it's powered on and all that stuff?
Yeah, I wanna. Yeah, you know what? Benny will. Is there a seat there? I don't want to assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Benny sits down and then he sees the big, chunky button of a compact computer and then pushes it to see if it turns on because it's not on currently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you go to press power and it's like you can see like the lights dim slightly as like then sucking some power up from the generator before it goes on there, as it starts beeping and booping and doing all the like at the lightning fast speed of a full like 2 minutes to power up. Or 3, I don't know. I'm trying to remember how long it probably would have taken for the PC to boot up. So we can say you're there waiting for the computer to pop up. And then, yeah, so, not Jack, Alex, you're trying to help, what's his face? Leonard?
Yeah, I think Alex at this point is going to be primarily trying to get Leonard out to the snowcat and get them situated so that we can start heading back as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. All right, so like as you kind of go to help him, he's just like so big and cold. It just squished the house.
Well, what squished the house?
I don't know. It was just we were there talking, and then we heard. It was terrible. It was just this old, huge noise, and the next thing I know, the house was cracking, and then I could see outside, and then he was like that. And then if you're trying to pull him away, you're gonna need a first aid roll because you can see like where his hands and kind of like maybe wrists and stuff, even though he is wearing like a long button-up t-shirt, like his skin that was touching the statue was sticking, and it's like it hasn't torn or ripped off yet, but it's like you're gonna need to do something to help loosen it up.
Well, that is a 68 under 75, and Alex is going to be kind of pulling him to get him started moving and helping to carry the frozen woman out towards the snowcat. And Well, so what was this? What was this thing? Where did it come from? Did you see?
No. No. It was just there. It just appeared.
All right.
Then-
Well, let's get you out to the snowcat. We got a snowcat here. We're gonna go up to the school. We found your car while we're coming out here.
My car. No. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. And like, as he kind of gets to the stair, like kind of the exit, or rather the entrance, which can also be the exit, he's just like, oh, this nothing would have happened if that meddling woman wasn't around and messing things, and then he just passes out.
Well, so Alex would be at least try to help him in it the way he passes out so he doesn't hurt himself in that, and then I guess carry the woman that he has, this frozen woman, out to the snowcat, and I think at this
Strap
point
her to the
Alex would.
hood.
Well, I think at this point Alex would turn the snowcat, get the snowcat turned around, and basically back it up almost right up to the doorway, so that they can basically get them loaded in. I'm picturing kind of like a back cargo area that he could lay her down in and hit
Yes.
and let her behind her, or right next to her, and also be calling out, "Hey, we need to move quick. Leonard just passed out, and I don't know what's going on with this lady, but she's ice cold. We need to get moving quick."
Aye. And now we'll go to Jack. As you kind of step up the creaking stairs, you pretty much, as you get to the top of the stairs, you can still look out to the right side of the building, and just the creaks and cracks of the house get worse and worse as you get up there. As like even the wind is like, you can feel like the wind and the snow rushing in through the hole, the giant hole that was left behind by whatever happened.
Yeah.
And there's pretty much three. You go upstairs and there's just like three kind of doors that are shut. But at the end of the hallway, there is a door that is kind of cracked open, and you can kind of see, it's a little bit dark, but what looks like a bathroom.
Okay. Well, since that one's the first one open, I'll check that one first.
That's at the end of the hallway.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you have to like pass the other doors.
Okay, yeah. So you said they're all closed?
Yeah, they're just closed at the
I'm just gonna
moment.
check and see how many are locked, or like if any of them are locked.
And so as you begin to step down, like you go, and the lights are like kind of flickering on and off, and the first door. You know, why don't you give me a luck roll?
Okay, luck roll. 63 under 80.
All right. The door click, click, and just like opens up as it just goes.
Okay.
And inside you see a dark bedroom, where it doesn't look like anyone's been in here for a while, but the beds are set up. There's like an old-fashioned, like from the 60s, like, no, even older, like from the 20s probably, like this old hand-carved wardrobe with a mirror attached to it, and a large stand-up yeah, like kind of that would be the wardrobe. There's like a desk, kind of like sitting desk there, that it looks like it's locked. It's like the kind of doors with the, like all the like the wooden level pulled down that you can like kind of lock in there. So Yeah, so you're unsure if that's locked or not, but there's that in there. But it definitely looks like, from a quick scan of the room and the dust in the room, that no one's been in here for a while.
I assume I look around. I'm just looking for stuff that's warm necessarily. So, like, anything that looks like a sweater or a thick something that we could put over someone who's cold.
Yeah, well, there's the comforters on the bed.
Yeah, I think I'll just rip and tear. I'll basically rip those off, and I'm gonna basically take those to the door that I entered, and I'm gonna chuck them on the floor, and then I'm gonna go check the next room.
Okay. Let's go to Benny. Benny, the computer has opened up now. And I'm going to show all my infinite knowledge of computers as it sits there, and
I'm going to open MS-DOS.
Now, would they ask for a password?
That time, probably not.
Probably not. No, not in 93.
Not for
Okay.
most systems. You might find that in certain circumstances, but it's not going to be common.
Yeah, they're not going to have like a user or an Active Directory or anything like that.
Yeah, so it boots up, and my nose is like, you gotta sneeze. Yeah, so... Okay, so you're gonna open up the DOS command line
Yes,
thingies?
I'm open up command prompt. I want to see what's on the disk directory, please.
Okay. Let me get a drink of water and not stall while I try to think of how a computer works.
Come on, you can do this. I believe in you.
Yeah, so there's there's a couple different like lines there that say like bank documents or bank doc, financial reports. They're all kind of like abbreviated for this, but so there's the there's another one. Oh shoot, I gotta turn the thing also from season 1. My phone turned off on me. You see something that just says NS notes and WAMs, like all like WAMS.
The dedicated whams.
Whams. Well, I'm curious about money bags over here, and I want to start my IT company, later on down the line, and have my own shop up here. So I'm the only well-known technician. Well, that's my goal someday. So yeah, let's see some of these bank records.
Okay, so yeah, you open it up and it's just like fiscal reports, and just like line. Okay, so I'm asking this because I just don't know. Would the computer kind of, because I think I saw that like Windows 3.1 would have been on. Like, would it have programs like kind of the ascent, like kind of like Word or Excel on there?
WordPerfect was. Yeah, I think WordPerfect would have been a thing.
Okay, so we'll just say, we'll say that it's just WordPerfect, or just the equivalent of like Notepad or something in there that is just,
that's fine.
It looks like year-end reports for the banks that he worked at, or the bank that he ran, Big Bank. I think that's what the name of it was.
Big Bank.
Big Bank. We'll take your money and it's gone. But yeah, so there's like reports of that, and then like in the different years, it's just like this amount of money went to charity, this one went to this fund, this one went to this trust fund, this one, and like kind of like here was my salary, here's the rest, like pretty much just the years like of the past like 40, 50, 60 years of him working there. Yeah, I was like, hold up, how old would he be if it was 60? Let's make it easy. 50 years of him running this bank, of just like each year kind of like a quick line of where certain money has gone until he retired in. Did I write when he retired? Yeah, so somewhere in the like kind of late 80s. In 80, well, that's not the late 80s. That 84 is not the late 80s. But he retired in 84, and then Jack and Alex probably would know this, that he moved here kind of in 1990.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jack would have been around then, definitely.
So he decided to move up here just like me, too.
Yeah. And then, like, the rest is, like the years after that, it's just, like, vacations, hookers, blow, I don't know. And then it was, like, in the 90s, like, in 89, rehab, and then 90, house.
Man, the 80s were incredible. I hope I get that luck in my economy.
Yeah, in the next 20, 25 years, gold.
Okay. Well, this is fantastic info to know so that I can, possibly blackmail him later. Can we take a look at that what'd you call it? The WMBS?
Oh,
or
yes.
WHMS? WIMS.
WAMS, yes.
WAMS. Okay, question. Is it like an executable? Does it open a program? Is it just a document?
This is...
As I see Payne's eyes just kind of glass for a moment.
He's out, everybody.
I know what some of
talking
those
about?
words mean.
Does it open a program or would it just be a document?
No, this one will open up a program.
Okay, I want to open the program.
Hey, this program, as you go to open it, it just brings up a window and does ask for a password.
I'm going to try my luck here and my technical know-how and whatnot, and I'm going to put in whams and see if that works.
There's that, and then I think, is there computer? There is computer use, which I don't know if that is the correct use of computer use. We can find out.
No, okay. Let's tie it to.
I'm just letting you know, since you are new to this, like, your options.
Okay.
Okay, so computer use is a skill that and also, like, we in the season 1, we never really had computer, like, there wasn't time to really do computer things.
Okay.
But this sounds like it could be an option depending on what your computer is. This skill allows the investigator to program in various computer languages, retrieve and analyze obscure data, break into a secured system, explore complicated network, and detect or exploit intrusions, backdoors, and viruses.
Okay.
Special manipulations of that. But if you want to, yeah. So there's.
I would like to now presented with this password screen. I go, I would like to open up the event logs on the machine and go to their security logs and then see if I can then break in to see what the actual token key I need to log in is.
Hey, well, I don't know what all that means, but it sounds like you need to do a computer use roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, computer use. Time roulette, go.
Too young for this.
Extreme success.
Ooh.
I had to scroll down a little bit.
Hooray!
Not hard success, extreme success.
Just on the line, too, jeez.
Yep. All right, yeah, you get in there, and I am assuming the token key is kind of the equivalent of a password.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
whatever the password would be.
Yeah, so you're able to find it, and it is
Please let it be something silly.
It will be now.
Let's see. Hold on, I gotta.
chicken nuggets.
I just love the idea of like the difference between Benny and Jack entering that room. Jack would have looked at all the books because his computer use is like 5.
Meanwhile, Alex would down there. Yep, that's a computer, all right.
Meanwhile, here I am like, hacker man.
Alright. So, this, the password is WMC77.
WMC77. Wow. I was actually expecting it to be like password 1234, but here we go. Enter.
No, that's a silly password. You'd only have that on your luggage.
Yeah.
True. It'd been funny if he just used like, okay, my initials, birth year.
How did you figure out my bank password? No.
Womp womp. Yeah, so you go in there and like the computer begins beeping as multiple windows start to boot up, and I don't even know if it's the right term, but start to open and fill the screen. And then we will go back to, don't mind me as I click the screens to remember everyone's names, Alex.
Okay.
That's why I put mine on my portrait. All right, so I think at this point, Alex would have the snowcat backed up. He's going to leave it running with the heater on to try to get it as warm. Oh, wait, no, the heater doesn't work. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the heater doesn't work. Hey, you're stopped. If you want to try to fix it, there is... if you think it would...
Yeah, so I guess since the others are busy right now, and he's going to leave the woman closed in the back, put the emergency first aid blanket over her just as to help with anything that's better than nothing.
Ratchet strap her down.
I mean, there's not. I don't picture it as having straps to like to strap anyone down to keep it from sliding around or anything. But so I guess while they're busy, and he's gonna need help to get Leonard in the vehicle at this point, since he passed out in the doorway. He'll take a look at the heat and see if it's something that he can fix real quick.
Okay.
And that being a 43 over 40 of the mechanical repair, I'm going to use the luck to get it to at least a success.
Alrighty. Yep. That. So what you just notice is that it's just a fuse that's blown, and a quick replacement of I know that's in modern cars. They probably had fuses in old cars too.
There'd be fuse boxes and.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
the equivalent
that
of
old,
my
it's no
modern day, and my modern day information, which is dwindling. Yeah, you're able to just see that it was a simple fix of just, whether it was just the wire disconnected or the whatever it's called, the fuse blown, and yeah, with that you're within a couple, given enough time, which you do. Yeah, within the time the other guys are taking, you are able to just do a quick switch. By the way, just remember, if you succeed at these checks, to mark them.
So far, my rolls today have already been marked.
Yes.
All right, so with getting the fuse replaced, and Alex is going to check to see that the heat's now working, and just leave it running with the heat running to start warming up the cab to hopefully help warm up this poor lady that seems frozen and solid. Alex still has no idea what he's going to do with this person, but
the car exploded. No.
And then after that, the next thing he's going to be doing is going back into the doorway and basically calling out, "Hey, I'm going to need some help getting Leonard in the snowcat. He passed out." Just loud enough for the others to hopefully hear and do something. But may also provide some time sync here, because I think one might be slightly desynchronizing. Slightly, not much, I don't think, but...
Desynchronizing?
As we go, but switch views, the time shifts slightly.
Oh, yes.
Back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much like, yeah. So we'll go back to Jack, who, I don't know, maybe through the floor just hears Benny just like, oh, and just like whatever showed up. But what are you checking the next door?
Yeah, I'm just basically checking, see if it's locked again. I'm just basically trying to clear rooms.
Okay. Rolling was fun, but we're not going to roll this time. This door is also unlocked, but in here is pretty much, it's like a walk-in kind of, not a closet, but it is a kind of like a, not kind of, it is a giant bathroom. It's got 2 sinks, like 2 toilets, a jacuzzi. It is just a massive bathroom. It just reminds me of like my dad's house when this house that he bought, where their bathroom was bigger than my apartment. It was not fun. But yeah, but it's just like this massive bathroom that wait a second, that doesn't make sense. There's another bathroom. Poopy scoopies. I'm gonna retcon that and make it a guest bedroom, but this one is unfurnished. Like, it's just there's like the bed frame in there. There is the mattress. There's other things in there as well. It's pretty much looks like a storage room for furniture and just other stuff. But there's like, and like the bed has no blankets or anything on it.
Does it look like there's anything useful, like for, that Jack would see?
A quick scan. It's a lot of furniture. There's, like, you could burn it if you wanted, but you would have to break it down or something, and it's gonna take some time to go through everything.
Yeah.
So if you want to come back here, like, and kind of double check through all this, like, because I'm just imagining you guys are just doing a quick, well, everyone but Benny is doing a quick search just because you got all this.
Yeah. So I take note of like old room, has this, and then like next room is like furniture, might be useful for firewood, stuff like that. I'm just putting it in my prepper journal that Jack has.
Yeah. Give me a listen roll.
Ooh, listen. That is 14 under 60.
All right, that is.
I believe it excellent.
Yeah, that's definitely a hard success. I don't know, no, because you would need at least a 6 for an extreme, right?
It's 1/5.
I don't
It's
know.
1/5.
5th is 12.
1/5.
5th is
12.
Okay, so just a bit over,
Yeah.
yeah. So hard
Yeah.
success.
So, you hear some like noises coming from the end of the hallway, scratching and scraping, like on the walls and stuff as something is moving around. And real quick, we're gonna go to Benny. Benny, I also like as these. This computer is doing its work, because it's, at the time it was fast, but it's still at least a minute or two of just trying to boot everything up.
It's cooking.
Yeah, I want you to give me a listen roll.
Okay. What's the worst that could happen? Where are you?
Never
You
ask
are-
that
oh,
question
you're up
in
here.
Cthulhu.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh.
Wait. I wasn't looking. What? Oh, God.
You want to say
That's
for the audience at home?
81 over 20.
Yeah. Well, it's not a critical fail.
No.
So, but you're engrossed within the program and everything, and we'll say at this point, to sync everything back up, Jack. Not Jack. Well, yes, Jack would hear it, and so Benny maybe not so much, but this is when Alex would be like, "Hey guys, how much longer?" Are you, Jack? Are you going down to inspect that noise, or are you just peacing out?
I hear a noise.
You heard a noise it's from the bathroom.
I look around the furniture room. Is there anything I could wield? Just in case. Like a bed, like a random piece of furniture that's broken, a chair leg.
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah, all this stuff is in pretty good shape.
I'm still gonna go down to the bathroom and I go like, Benny! I hear something up here. You just hear me screaming.
Hey. And you reach for the door.
Can I hear him screaming?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah,
Like,
Is my failure that bad?
no. It's between. You can hear the people calling because I think you're listening for that at least. If you critically failed, probably not. Yeah, so you begin to reach for the door as you just kind of hear this like.
As soon as I heard that type of scratching, I'm not reaching for the door anymore. I'm kicking the door.
And you kick open the door, and we'll see you next
Damn
time.
it.
No! No!
I knew that was coming.
So see me next episode where Jack dies.
What? In the 6th episode?
Yeah, well, you know.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, everyone.
We didn't make budget for season 2.
Yeah, the Pixar called to make season 1, chapter 6, and we had to make cuts. I think chapter 6, the Centralia. I don't know. I'll go look it up later. I say that, I won't.
Welcome to the Game of Thrones
anyway.
season where everyone dies.
That would have been, whatever the Centralia final episode was. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching, listening, playing, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Maybe.